game without the two players whose absence has certainly contributed to that loss of form. Internationals Graham Sharp and Kevin Sheedy both still recovering from injuries. Wayne Clark, signed last week from Birmingham, makes his first home appearance. This is Sharp's replacement. Paul Power continues in midfield in place of Sheedy. And the battle of the goalkeeping giants is on. Everton's Neville Southall, currently in magnificent form. He's passed a late fitness test on an injured knee. At the other end, England's Peter Shilton hopes to underline his belief that he's still the league's #1 goalkeeper. He might well need to prove it. Southampton have been struggling lately, despite a 4-0 win over Leicester last week that they managed without their leading scorer Colin Clark. Southampton it is then who kick off in their red shirts with dark shorts. Everton, of course, in their familiar blue and white. And victory really essential for Everton today if they're to get back on championship course. They've beaten Southampton twice already this season. Once in the FA Cup here and in the league down at the Dell. And they also thrashed them here 6-1 in the league. Although in fairness, it has to be said, Peter Shilton wasn't in the Southampton side that day. This is Watson, challenged by Gordon Hobson. Hampton. Gary Stevens. Stevens again. Rather ambitiously there in search of Adrian Heath. Everton really do seem to have lost their way in the last few matches, and Howard Kendall anxious that they regain their true form today. Baker with the interception, getting his chance with Mark Dennis in dispute with the club. And Watson's the target, Wright climbing above him. Stevens back in again, and safely claimed in by Peter Shilton. Forrest to Cockrell, given away though to Clark. There's Gary Stevens. Clark trying to get a flick on Heath. That was more like the Everton of old. Swift breakthrough. And Heath almost getting a decisive touch. And Shilton denying him, and a corner to Everton. But it could so nearly have been a goal. Power with the corner. Watson in the 6-yard area, didn't get that far. This is Peter Reid. Now Townsend. Quite a few of these Southampton players getting a chance to prove themselves today, with other more recognised players out of the reckoning. This is Kevin Ratcliffe, the Everton captain. Townsend. Hobson. Cockerell through. No offside, but Lawrence would have been, I think, if he'd gone for that one. Cockerell, who's been very influential for Southampton this season. But TCA, who scored a spectacular goal last week. One of those 3 that he scored against Leicester. Jimmy Case. Finding Letizia. Just 18 years old and a real prospect. This is Watson. Now then for Reid. Back at the Everton engine room after so many months on the sideline through injury, Peter Reid. And one of 3 or 4 players still fighting their way back to match fitness, really, in the Everton side. This is Hobson. Now Reid. Trevor Stephen. Bowled over him by Wright was Heath, and there's an altercation. Baker getting involved with Heath. Mark Wright was the first offender, and that's what the free kick's been given for, his challenge on Heath. Baker then got involved, and the referee had to sort it all out. So Everton had the free kick. No caution, but a word of warning, I'm sure, for Baker and for Heath. Stevens with the free kick. Shilton was stretching, and the corner given. Always a dangerous-looking cross in from Gary Stevens, who curls those in delightfully. It'll be snowed in with the corner. Got Dave Watson positioned on the near post. Stephen, though, got the flick on. And Southampton struggling to get it away. As Everton look to turn this early pressure into a goal. No doubt at all they've been missing Sheedy and Sharp. And I was talking to Howard Kendall beforehand. He said that really has been such a significant factor, the absence of two key players, and they've had to readjust without them and haven't really settled into their stride in recent matches. Now Heath finding Clark. To Stevens. Confident touch from Clark. Here's Heath. Peter Reid. Referee was in his way. Now Heath. Clark waiting in the middle. Came off Wright. And an own goal. Came off the head of Mark Wright. And then an off Shilton, who looks disgusted, and well he might. A bizarre goal that has given Everton the lead. It certainly came off Mark Wright. And then into the net, off Peter Shilton. The two England men between them have given Everton the lead. And who would have thought it? It has to go down as an own goal. "12.5 minutes into the first half, and Everton, in somewhat strange circumstances, have taken the lead and put a goal past this man, Peter Shilton. Header from Case. Good tackling back by Cockrell, but no, the foul given. Gary Stevens. Just the encouragement that Everton needed after their recent bad run. And I wonder if they can build on it now, or will Southampton come back? Townsend. This is Hobson. Wriggling away from 2 or 3 challenges. There's George Lawrence battling away, and unfairly. Free kick to Everton. Van den Houw to Ratcliffe. This is Watson. Wright, not a very positive header away. Heath, has he got power in? He has! Shilton again asking questions of his defenders in front of him, and we'll feel too perhaps that he should have got down to it anyway. It's squeezed in at the near post. Lovely little ball played in to Paul Power, and his shot beating Shilton. And in the space of a couple of minutes, Everton have scored twice, and surely now taken an early control of the game. 2-0 they lead. Paul Power with the second goal for Everton. Lawrence coming back for Southampton. Has he got the strength? No free kick. Protest from the Southampton players, but George Lawrence lost control and got nothing for his efforts. Well, Peter Shilton very much in the news now. 2 goals have gone past him, and certainly a question mark on both of them about Shilton and his defenders. Such a powerhouse in midfield. Stephen outside him. Reid has gone down again. Always seems to be in the wars, Peter Reid. He's such a competitive player. Townsend. Reid is back on his feet, but somewhat ruefully. Lawrence. Now then for Cockrell. Useful ball to Letitia. Beaten over by Power. Now Snowden. Ratcliffe. Over Stephen. Down towards Heath. Shilton had to be quick. Peter Reid is still off the field having treatment. And Alan Harper, the substitute, has been warming up. Peter Reid, who's had so many problems with injuries in recent years. Indeed, he's starting a game for only the 7th time this season. I wonder if he's going to finish it. With Alan Harper, the substitute, and Howard Kendall looking on anxiously. Baker. Hobson wriggled away from Stevens. Now can he finish it here? Southwell committed. Ratcliffe for the header out. Once or twice this afternoon, Southampton have shown that they have some useful ideas of their own. As Peter Reid returns to a tremendous ovation from the crowd. He's such a favourite here. Not quite sure what happened to his grey hair that he had recently. He must have dyed it, I think. Everton free kick. Got a very impressive record here at Goodison Park. They've lost only once in the league this season. Snowed in. Heath. Oh, shot and a great save, and Clark couldn't turn it in. Rather came straight at Clark, but he'll feel he should have tucked it away. Heath, the marvellous header. What a save by Shilton. And Clark couldn't finish it off, and he'll be so disappointed with what would have been, of course, his first goal for Everton. Heath. Beaten by Townsend, and this now is Mark Wright. Trying to find Lawrence. Watson in well. Cockrell. Shows some good touches in midfield, Cockrell. As the Everton fans show their frustration of all going all the way back to Neville Southall. Cockrell. Straight there to Power. Van Howe, as Everton look to finish the half with a flourish. And Heath was certainly looking to bring down Kevin Bomb. Adrian Heath, the offender. The half-time whistle, and Everton's half most certainly, but courtesy of 2 goals that Southampton will feel they should have prevented. Mark Wright first with the own goal that went in off Peter Shilton. And then Paul Power getting the second goal just a couple of minutes later with a shot that squeezed in between Shilton and the near post.